Jimmy Douglas heads to Menangle on Tuesday afternoon with a very solid book of 5 drives. One in particular is bound to create a great deal of interest in the final event. Caught up with Jimmy to discuss their prospects. Well, Jimmy, before we have a look at the drives on Tuesday, everybody loved Ray, yet another typically honest run, 4th behind Lochiel in a heat of the autumn gift.
Yeah, he was right there again. He just they all moved wider just as I was pulling wider, and it just cost him a little bit of momentum, maybe cost him 3rd, but he ran his normal honest race, and hopefully he'll win one on a Saturday night one day. But he's run a lot of placings and 4th and 5th on a Saturday. He hasn't won the Saturday yet, but hopefully before he's finished he can win one.
Let's have a look at these drives on Tuesday. Jim, there's 5 of them in the 3rd event. Valley Star contesting a mobile. 15 starts behind the mobile for 5 placings. All 8 wins have been from the stand.
Yeah, right. Probably most of its racing in New Zealand, I think, was from standing starts, and obviously Victoria as well. But he's actually going really, really good. He's made a mistake a couple of times in his last 4 or 5 starts, but when he's trotted like last start, he ran 3rd on a Saturday night. He's going really good. He seems to be better sort of held up, but if he can get that run into the race, he's very fast, and if he can somehow get a spot not too far from them, they'll certainly know he's there up the straight.
He's had 8 runs for Leon Jerd for 4 placings. Did finish 3rd, 10.5 metres behind Alluring Tyrrell, which has come out and won at Bathurst since.
Yeah, the form's really good there, and he was a bit unlucky there too, so he got held up a little bit, but like I said, he's trotting really, really good. It's just he did make a mistake, I think 2nd and 5th starts ago or something. One was from a stand, but he's going really good. He just needs the right race. A win's definitely not far away for him.
Over to race 4, number 5, the Maldives, which is probably a nice place to be, Jimmy, at this particular stage with the way the heat is at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. Certainly in that water. But yeah, he's down in grade. He ran 3rd last week in a bit stronger grade. He's down in grade back to the 45 grade, and he's definitely not far away from a win. He hasn't won for a while, and he doesn't win very often, but he's down in that grade now where he's definitely competitive, and he seems to be coming back into form, judging by his last start 3rd. So yeah, like he obviously needs things to go his way. He can't sort of make his own luck, but if he does get things go his way, he's definitely a chance, yeah.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head when you said he hasn't won for some time. August 2022, but he's one of those horses Ian Wilson has in his stable. They're always there or thereabouts.
Yeah, he's a good money earner. Like, I mean, he's been around a while. He was at Ian's place since the foal, so he's been there his whole life, and he's a lovely horse to have around the place. He's a pleasure to do anything with, so it'd be nice to see him get another win soon, and hopefully Tuesday's the day.
And like the Maldives, Kenny said, also trained by Ian, another one of those consistent horses.
Yeah, he had a purple patch at the end of last season. He was racing really, really well, and he sort of, because of that, he went up in grade a little bit, and he ran a couple of 3rds 3 and 4 starts ago, which were really good runs, but again, he actually drops down a fair bit in grade from that up to 60 race to the sort of non-winners of last 5 up till 55. So he's down in grade a bit. He's drawn a bit wide, but he's got good gate speed, and he's a pretty nice horse, Kenny. So
over to race 6, number 1, Colin Bromack. Well beaten here last week, but hit the line nicely when 2nd behind Tisbury Rocks. Lost a plate in running.
Yeah, really nice. Drawn 1. I haven't driven him. I've only driven him twice, sort of from a wide draw at Penrith and a wide draw here last Tuesday. So I'll talk to Graham about him drawn 1, but he's going really good. Like, he sort of stepped up in grade a bit back to Tuesday's last week, and he ran a good 2nd. The winner sort of got right away, but he beat the rest, so he went really good. So hopefully he can be thereabouts again. There is a smart one in Sky Blue, but you know, we might be able to sit on its back. Hopefully that'd be great. How much
does it affect them, Jim, if they do lose a shoe in running?
Yeah, like, I mean, it depends on the horse, sort of thing. I suppose it depends on the conditions. Some it doesn't probably worry at all, and some it does make a difference. Like, he's got I don't really know. I haven't had that much experience with the horse to tell you that, but he didn't go rough or anything doing it last week. How much it affected him, it's really hard to tell.
Jim, if we want to go to the Maldives, we've got to worry about the tax collector, and he's going around in the last, trained by David Thorne. Very consistent, coming off a very stylish win. Strong opposition, but you must rate him highly.
He's a really nice horse, the tax collector. I really like him. He has been his whole life. He won a feature race at his 3rd start in a race in Queensland, and he's come down here and he's raced really well at Penrith. He had a go at the Derby heats here. He had no luck back in the field in a slowly run race, and certainly wasn't a disgrace. So it'll actually be really interesting to see how he goes at Menangle. Like, I know he had that Derby heat, but it was over 2,400. He was back in the field, it was slowly run. So this is his first start sort of against sort of, I suppose you could say, his own grade over a mile. And it'll be really interesting to see how he goes. I'm really looking forward to it, actually, because, you know, it's a good guide for the future, and some horses really adapt to the mile racing here, and some take a few runs to adapt. So it'll be good to see how we go, but he certainly shows a lot of promise.
Yeah, that Derby run you were talking about, Jim, 6 beaten 17.5 metres behind, naturally gifted, and he is a naturally gifted horse.
Yeah, that's right. And I mean, we were back in the field then. It's not like he sat behind the leader or anything. Like, he had to come the widest runner on the track, and he certainly didn't disgrace ourselves. Sort of by the time we got to the outside, the leaders had gotten away. So he didn't probably make much ground, but he probably didn't lose any, but it was a very quick last quarter. So, like I said, back to the mile. It'll be really interesting to see how he goes. At Penrith, he's shown good speed in getting home at 27.2 in one of his wins. Not many do that at Penrith. 27.4, sorry. But he's also shown he can do it tough, like sitting outside the leader. So he's shown he's pretty versatile, and hopefully we can get into a good spot somewhere on Tuesday, and it'll be really good to see how he goes.
Jimmy, before I find out the best of them, apart from the tax collector by the sound of it, driving for Ian Wilson and David Thorne, you've been doing that for many, many years. A lot of loyalty shown between the three of you to each other.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I've been working with Ian's horses for 18, 19 years now. So it's been a good partnership. We've had a lot of success, and he's been very good to me, and I'd like to think I've been good to him as well. So no, it's really good. Like, Ian and I have a good understanding, and Ian's owners are always very supportive as well. So that's good. And David's been great to me. Like, he's been very loyal to me. I try to be loyal to him back as well. And we've had some really nice horses over the years, and you know, the horses like Tax Collector and everybody loves Ray. They're a pleasure to drive for David, because, like Ian, you know, they're very understanding and they understand racing, and it's a pleasure to drive for people like that.
So what's the best of them, Jim?
Honestly, nearly all 5 of them aren't without a chance. Like, I know it's easy to say that, but I actually genuinely believe that. But probably the Tax Collector is the best. Just like I said, there's just a few little unknowns with him to Menangle over a mile for the first time, but he is a really nice horse.
Thanks for your time, Jim.
Thanks, Mick.